As the prospects for health reform in America this past year have flowed and ebbed and ebbed and flowed, three prime guaranteed to enrage immovable facts of our current system have kept would-be reformers motivated. The cost of private health insurance, the callousness of the big insurance companies toward their customers and the country, and the executive compensation packages for CEOs and bigwig executives at those companies, even as they provide worse and worse service to fewer and fewer Americans. Those things have been very motivating. In recent weeks, when momentum behind health reform was starting to wane, fresh new data came to light that was, frankly, consistent with all the old data, but it was a great reminder of what was wrong with the system in the first place, why it needed to be fixed in the first place. And back came the momentum. And when the momentum came back, the momentum for reform came back. So did the anti-reform forces. Even the deathers came back, though this time they came back with a twist. Check it out. Before the summer of the screaming town hall, before death panels and fake grassroots anti-health reform bus tours, outrage in the country, before all of that, was fueling the movement for health reform. That outrage was aimed at the insurance industry for jacking up rates and denying people coverage and dropping sick people from their rolls. Prepare to return to that quaint time, because thanks to a report out today from the advocacy group Healthcare for America Now, we have just learned that the 5 largest for-profit insurers in this country made a combined $12.2 billion last year. For those of you keeping track at home, that is a 56% increase from 2008, a new profit record, set, of course, in the middle of the worst economic decline since the Great Depression. They accomplished this record feat, at least in part, by covering 2.7 million fewer people through private insurance than they did before. It's as if someone has pushed the reset button on the politics of health reform. Once again, the country finds itself in a forced confrontation with the reason that health reform is so needed. And again, like we're back to, I guess, last summer again, the right has responded to the threat that health reform poses to the status quo by propounding the theory that health reform is really a secret plot to kill people. In this case, they say it's a secret plot to kill ex-presidents.
Medical rationing. It's a big concern under the Democrats' proposed health reform. Would President Clinton have been denied his heart stent procedure under their plan?
President Bill Clinton is now home, and after undergoing emergency surgery yesterday, the president's had 2 stents placed in his coronary artery. Amazing. So if the Democrats' health care reform had gone through, would President Clinton have received the stents?
Does President Clinton, or you or I who needs it, get the stent under that new regimen of health care effectiveness?
Welcome to the new health reform debate, same as the old health reform debate. Only instead of health reform being a secret plot to kill old people, or a secret plot to kill veterans, or a secret plot to kill Republicans, now health reform is a secret plot to kill Bill Clinton. That's the story on the right. The story everywhere else is about insurance companies like Anthem Blue Cross, the largest insurer in the most populous state in the country, California, hiking its rates 39% right now, just because they can, even though their parent company is making billions in profit. So far tonight, we have documented the origin of various myths and rumors and campaigns and self-proclaimed movements against health reform. But the story of this endgame in health reform is incomplete if it does not shed light on the performance of our elected officials, many of whom have contradicted themselves and stretched the truth and flat out lied in an effort to keep things just the way they are, in an effort to stop reform. We will always do all that we can to expose the audacity of nope here on this show. That effort continues when we come back.